Hey, how's it going, guys? It's your boy RapTRz here, bringing you my Gideon burst caster build. I know a lot of people have been bringing out a lot of Monolith builds, especially when Monolith came out, because there was just so much change. But when I'm bringing you guys builds that I've actually played with a couple times now, and I was playing Gideon a lot, so it was a good time to finally bring you a build that I found that was really useful and really comfortable with. So we're basically going to break it down from early game, mid game to late game. We're going to basically break it down, and then in the next clip I'm going to show you exactly how I build it up. But this first part is going to be a little overview, a little general idea of what this deck is for. So this deck really focuses on a lot of damage, a lot of mana regen, and a lot of pretty good sustainability, because it allows you to be able to split push after you have those big fights without all your damage output. So this really good build that I found is just really cool and really good to have. So your first your prime card is going to be a power card. You're going to get more damage. So when you do get prime, you're going to get more damage. The first three cards that I like picking up is going to be your health potion and your mana potion and your scout's ward. Now keep in mind, you can put this build in mid lane or in off lane, whichever one you want to do it. It's good for both roles. I usually like playing off lane and mid lane as Gideon. He's the best at those roles, obviously. So health potion, mana potion, and scout's ward are going to be useful in both of those occasions. You could take an extra mana potion if you want to do that, but I just like having that extra scout's ward just for that extra protection against those gank routes that the junglers will take advantage of. Anyways, we're going to move on to your first three minor cards. Your first minor card is going to be a fountain spike. You're going to go ahead and put 3 minor power in that, minor strike or minor cast. It doesn't matter. They're both power. I like getting the fountain spike because it gives you that extra damage and also that extra mana that we're going to need. Your second card is going to be another fountain spike with 3 minor power in it as well, minor cast or minor strike. Just again, more damage and that extra pool of mana. And your last minor card is going to be a SOLARIS reactor. You're going to put 3 basic sparks in this one. This one will allow you to have that mana regen, that sustainability they're going to need to hold off your lanes. Now, if you're playing off lane, I usually like taking the SOLARIS reactor as my first card and then moving on to my fountain spikes. But if you have the best situation, you can go ahead and take your first 2 fountain spikes, or you could take a fountain spike and then the SOLARIS reactor. It's really up to you, however you want to build it. But those are going to be your 3 minor cards. The early game build would leave you at 66 power, 120 mana, and 1.8 mana regen. On to the mid game. Once you get 3 points, go ahead and replace one of your fountain spikes and go ahead and get your MAGNUS ward. Go ahead and put 3, 2, 1 power in this one. It's going to give you your shadow ward, and it's also going to give you more damage. On your next 3 points, go ahead and get rid of your SOLARIS reactor. Upgrade it for your bigger version of the SOLARIS reactor. 3, 2, 1 spark for extra mana regen. On your next 6 points, go ahead and get rid of your fountain spike and go ahead and fill out your burst engine. It's going to be 3 major power, 3, 3, 3. It's going to give you a little bit more mana regen, and it's also going to give you a lot more power. Then on your last 3 points, you're going to go ahead and slot your mind flow. What mind flow does, it's going to give you 10% cooldown reduction when you're over 50% mana. So by this time, your mana regen is going to be pretty buffed up. You're going to have a lot of mana regen. So most of the time, you're going to be having that 10% cooldown reduction, which is really cool. The only other cards that give 10% cooldown reduction are the Chronomancers and Chrono Spikes. And those cards, they cost 5 points each just to slot it, but you also have to fully upgrade them to get that 10% cooldown reduction. So you're basically spending 8 points to get 10% cooldown reduction. But with Mind Flow, you're gonna get it with just 3 points. So that's definitely a big steal, with definitely a big trait that I like about this build, because you get 10% cooldown reduction with just 3 points, and you don't have to worry about spending so many points to get that cooldown reduction. Because I see a lot of people and casters building the Chrono Spikes and Chronomancers, which is a good idea because you get that cooldown reduction, but it just takes a lot of time to build it. So that's why I like Mind Flow. That's why I prefer it on Gideon as well. So that's the ones you're going to get: your burst engine, your SOLARIS reactor, your shadow ward, and then you can go ahead and slot your mind flow. So around mid game at around 39 CXP, you're going to have 280 mana, 120 power, and 3.0 mana regen, along with 10% cooldown reduction if you're over 50% mana. So now we're going to move on to the late game. The last 2 cards that you're going to pick up for your late game is going to be your last burst engine. It's going to be the same as your first one, 333 power. It's going to give you more mana regen and then more damage as well. And then your last card that you're going to pick up is Drink the Spirits. And this one you're going to put 221 health. This is going to give you a little bit of health, a little bit of a buffer to be able to escape situations where you do get caught out and take damage. But the cool thing about this is going to give you a little bit of sustainability. After big team fights and after taking a lot of damage, maybe some enemies are down. And what this card allows you to do, it allows you to split push a lot more effectively, because when you kill minions, it's going to regenerate health for you. So every time you kill minions, you're going to get regenerating health over time, and it's just really helpful. Same if you kill a hero or get an assist on a hero, when you get the kill, it's going to regenerate a little bit of health. But it's usually used for the minions, because if you clear minions out, you're going to regenerate your health as you're doing that. So it's a really good card to have. And it's also going to give you a little bit more mana as well. So now we're going to look at the final build, level 15, 60C XP. At the cards we were looking at before, that's all the raw stats without your hero stats already. So now this is the final build with your hero stats and the deck build stats. So it's going to be 192 power, 17 and 43 health. You're going to have 1532 mana. And you're going to have a whopping 8.4 mana regen. And don't forget, you're going to have 10% cooldown reduction when you're over 50% mana. So you're going to have a lot of damage. You're going to have that health regen with Drink the Spirits. And you're going to have that cooldown reduction with Mind Flow. And you're just going to have so much mana regen and sustainability. But at the same time, you're going to have 192 power, which is more than enough damage to burst down those people like the carries and the fighters, because usually in this meta people aren't building as much armor unless you're a tank, but you're not going to be focusing the tanks. You're really going to be focusing the other people that are not building armor anymore. It's all about damage. So that's why I like this build, because it gives you damage and it allows you to push lanes after those team fights break out with your Drink the Spirits and your mana regen. So it's going to be a really good card, a really good build. I hope you guys enjoyed the build. Tell me how it works out for you, if you like it or whatnot, or some things that you would do differently. But this is my my take on Gideon, and this is how I like usually building him. This is the way I play him mid lane and off lane. So anyway guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. It really helps me grow as a channel, and it helps me and motivates me to make more build videos like this. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. So thank you guys.